Hello, Facebook world. It's Anita from Huon Salmon here. Thank you for joining us today for episode 2 of Secret Pantry Business. Today, I've got the wonderful Adam De Silva with me, co-owner and executive chef of both Tonka and Coda in Melbourne. Welcome, Adam. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
That's all right. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for welcoming us into your kitchen, into your home. It's very lovely of you to let us in. What are you cooking for us today?
Well, today I'm cooking an awesome, really simple and super tasty seared salmon dish because I'm going to sear it this time. You can cook the salmon many different ways, but I'm doing a lovely Soba Noodle salad. So it can be warm, it can be cold, so suitable for any day. Obviously, in Melbourne, we had quite a few warm days or warm afternoons, quite balmy this afternoon. So we just have some beautiful buckwheat soba noodles here. I love it. I love the soba noodles, and I like to cook them al dente, like pasta.
Right.
So salted water, like pasta, but then what I do is I refresh them, and I add some oil so they don't stick, and a touch of soy sauce.
Is that to keep some crunch and some texture to the noodles? Is that why you like it that way?
Yeah, 100%. I love, I can't, one of my pet hates in life is I cannot eat unsalted, overcooked pasta. No matter how good the sauce is, that's the Italian in me, being half Italian, half Indian. Grew up on pasta, and now if I go out to a restaurant, I rarely eat pasta or order pasta, packet pasta per se. Anyway. So
I think that's something all of us in our home kitchens can perfect a little bit more. I think that little bit of al dente pasta.
It is, it's true, and that's why people and I say I don't get invited to many dinner parties, hence why you're welcome to come to my house every night and see what I'm cooking.
I'll take you up on that.
People don't tend to invite chefs to dinner because they always get too intimidated. But this, all I say is cook a simple pasta. But then it's like you got to make sure it's cooked al dente. You got to make sure you put enough salt in the water. The water should taste like the ocean. And do a nice sauce. It's a simple sauce. So people go, but that's really hard, and it's true. The simple things are the hardest things to do in the kitchen normally. Or usually because it's all about technique.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely.
So other beautiful things I've got in this dish. So it's more of a Japanese-inspired dish. Obviously going with the soba noodle feel with it. I'm making a Ponzu dressing. So what I'll do is I'll show you a Ponzu dressing. We use this in the restaurant. This is more of available at Japanese grocers.
Sure.
It's a Ponzu liquid seasoning they call it. If you can't get Ponzu, then you can also buy Ponzu from your Asian grocer already made, mixed with the soy. But I like to make my own because I mix them. So I'll mix it now quickly for you. It is I'll give you the measurements. The measurements will be in the recipe. But if you don't have this Ponzu seasoning, you can also use lemon juice and lime juice combined. That's how you make a nice fresh dressing.
So very citrusy then.
Very citrusy, which goes great with the nice fattiness of the salmon.
Yeah.
So hence why I always put some acid on my salmon because it just cuts through that beautiful fattiness.
Yeah, beautiful.
Some healthy boy soy. And I'm sorry to be branding just like Huon Salmon here, because Huon Salmon being fantastic product. This is also a fantastic product, healthy boy soy sauce. As you'll see in my pantry later, I only tend to use a certain amount of products which are also fantastic, I believe in, and they're my staple. So this being healthy boy soy sauce, it's a light soy sauce, and you might think it's a bit different. Well, it's a Thai brand soy sauce.
Right.
But I tend to use it for all my Japanese cooking, Thai cooking, Chinese cooking, Thai, obviously, unless I need to specifically use a different soy sauce like a kikkoman for more of a Korean dish.
Yeah. So if we need to give you a present, then we know if we give you that soy sauce, you'll be happy.
100%. And it's very cheap, it's very affordable, and available pretty much in all supermarkets these days.
Christmas stuff.
So what I like to do actually my dressings is using a microplane, one of my favourite pieces of equipment in the kitchen. So I use it for my parmigiano, I use it to grate ginger, grate garlic, and this is a great way of adding a bit of zest and a bit of fragrance to your dressings. And I grate some ginger as well. I use this to make marinades. I even use this Ponzu dressing to marinate the fish beforehand if I'm going to bake it, or I drizzle it on the salmon fillet, wrap it in baking paper and foil, which is a great way of cooking. I love to cook that way also because I love imparting flavour into fish.
Right.
And then you can also create a beautiful dressing out of it.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then we've got some sesame oil. If you can't have sesame, add some peanut oil. If you can't have either, olive oil is fine. So I always tend to use olive oil also in it. Sometimes I need a touch of olive oil, also helps break it up a bit. So there we go. We've got a simple dressing like that, which will coat our noodles. In this dish, we've also got some snow peas. I love some fresh snow peas here, lightly blanched. Some spring onion, which I love. I love using spring onion and red onion. And one of the tricks is, and especially what's more in Japanese cooking, because they have such delicate flavours and combinations, is that when you slice your onion, you can soak it. This is also just a preference. You know, if you don't like onion breath, or don't like to have onion breath, or you just love the flavour, love the crunch and flavour and aromatic of onion, is you can just put it in here in a bowl, soak it in water for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that just gives takes that pungent edge away from any onion. So, you know, every day we have a salad at home. We do it with the red onion. We put red onion or spring onion into water, and then you find it has this beautiful, delicate crunchiness about it as well. So
it just removes that onion aftertaste you get sometimes, just that strength behind it.
Correct, and it can be a bit overpowering. It's also like with ginger. So when you do your ginger for a salad, you know, do a nice julienne like that. What we tend to do for like lots of Thai salads is they'll do a nice julienne of ginger.
Yeah.
And then soak it in water also, and that will make it quite nice, quite nice and crunchy. You know, take away that pungent flavour, and then you can eat it raw also.
Great.
So,
yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. Now, so the dressing, will that last if we put that in the fridge? Can we bring that out, you know, for a weeknight meal, put on a salad, or better fresh?
No. The longer the better. So this,
Wonderful.
I've got one that I made earlier that I keep in the fridge on mise en place, as we say in the chef world. But there's always a container in the fridge because I use it for sushi. I use it to marinate. I use it for everything. You know, so it's one of those key ingredients in my fridge, along with chilling as well.
Yeah, great.
So it's one of my go-to dressings, and it's also just delicious on a lettuce salad. You know, so beautiful like that. If you just want to steer away from your traditional balsamic or lemon dressings, this is a fantastic dressing to have on your salad. So I always like to break it up a bit like that.
Wonderful.
So,
all right, looks like you have a nice big salmon in front of you there, a nice big Huon salmon.
I do.
Where did you get this salmon from?
We obviously get it through our wholesaler, Cam Seafoods. At the moment, they are actually delivering to your house. So if you're in the Melbourne metropolitan area, actually they're delivering as far as Sorrento, I think, at the moment. So you can order off them. There's Fishy Business up in Ivanhoe Plaza, which is my side of town. So, but support your wholesalers if you can. Clams would love it because there's a lot of restaurants, majority of restaurants, 99% of restaurants in Melbourne or around Australia are out of business. So to support a wholesaler direct, which obviously gets the new guys, would be fantastic because that's why we're supporting them. So this is about a 5 kilo fish. It's a nice beautiful beast, and not only is it healthy for you, seafood is actually cheaper than meat at the moment, lamb and beef by country mile. So hence why it always features heavily on our menus in the restaurant. But not only that, but the health factor, the omega-3s. And I've actually started to go more pescatarian now for, trying to lower my cholesterol.
Yeah.
I got my cholesterol tested a few weeks ago, and I've been trying to eat fish 5 days a week as opposed to eating meat 5 days a week. So getting creative with that is also great.
Wonderful. And so what do you look for in buying salmon? What's something that you look out for to be able to choose one?
Well, this is beautiful firm flesh. This is obviously still super slimy, so it's just only probably been out of the water for a day or so. The eyes are nice and full. Look, and you can see here, there's you can see on the bench here, the blood's still like super red, super fresh here. So nice firm flesh is always the way, and it shouldn't smell fishy. They say fish shouldn't smell fishy. So when you cook it, it shouldn't smell either. So.
And what were you doing then with the paper towel? What's the benefit of wiping it down?
So this is my technique of filleting salmon. This is one of my oldest and favourite knives to fillet fish. It's called a slicer.
And is that at home or is that at work, that one?
Well, I use it for work and at home. I have two of them. So I have a little just arsenal. I don't have that many knives, but I have some favourite knives. So I'd always use this to slice my meat or fillet my fish, and then I just have a normal cook's knife, and then I'll have a Japanese knife. So this one is for home, so everyone can use it, but I've got more of my specialised Japanese knives at work. So I always put the paper, and this is a testament to how fresh the fish is. I need to put paper towel down on the chopping board to stop it from slipping everywhere. I need some friction. So that's why I always use paper towel. One of my things I use a lot of, and I support Costco a lot, is buying lots of paper towel. So I was in when there was no paper towel or toilet paper left, I was like, oh my God.
Sarah in the comments here has said, watch out, don't overuse that paper towel. It's one per person. Don't want to waste that.
Well, it's back in stock at Costco. So no, that's why we started using a lot more tea towels at home, and instead of the paper towel while I'm running low. So I've got a nice supply now, so I am a bit more diligent of the paper towel. But I like to use the paper towel because it gives me grip, and I just wipe down everything with paper towel or baby wipes. Baby wipes is also another favourite thing to clean the stove, and also to clean. You can tell your sister the best way to clean a mirrored splashback is with baby wipes. So
right.
Get tea greens with a splashback. There you go. For anyone out there who's silly enough to put a mirrored splashback in your house, do not do it.
Big warning. No. All right. So how do we fillet a salmon?
So this is my way of filleting a salmon. Everyone each their own, as we tell. I've got teacher apprentices and chefs. Everyone's got their own method to it. As long as you yield the same result. So I always like to. There's two ways. There's always an easy side. The easy side first, and then the more difficult side afterwards. What I mean by that is that it's always easy. The first fillet is always easier to get off the fish, off the carcass, because you got more support from the other fillet.
Right.
So I like to, if I'm not going to use the fish wing, I'm going to portion straight up. I'll cut right near where the fish wing is, and I go all the way up to the top of the head, right behind the head, as it on an angle. That way you don't waste any product. And then I just cut through the rib cage, and I'm just holding the fish is staying, and I'm just doing a slight jiggle in one go. And as with other fish like kingfish or barramundi, there is a bone that goes there's quite a high spine that goes through it. These have very delicate backbone, so you can just use your knife all the way along it and not waste any flesh. And here we go. We have a beautifully filleted salmon there.
Beautiful. You make it look so easy.
I'm going to get a job at Clam Seafood with that. I'm going to get a job with you guys.
Yeah, watch out.
Perfectly filleted there. So, and this is the difficult part, which always flipping it over. The fish over.
Watching.
Quite a beast of a fish. Now I'm going to go this way. I'm hanging the head, if you can see. You're hanging the head over the chopping board here. So then the whole fish lays flat on the chopping board. And I suggest also at home, buying a whole salmon. We're going to supply it in the freezer. You can't buy it. Sometimes you can't buy it every day. But buying a whole fish at its freshest, you know, so you know you're buying super fresh beasts. We call them beasts. We call them fish.
Yeah.
Beasts. Bit of a beast.
Yes.
this one's a bit of a beast. It's a 5 kilo beast.
Well, that's it. It looks daunting, salmon, but once you know how to use it, you know, it's one of the easiest and quickest proteins out there. And now we all know how to fillet it, thanks to you. So
there we go. And there's the other fillet like that, simple like that. I like to leave the skin on in all circumstances because I just love crisping the skin up. It's like my guilty pleasure of skin now. You know, it used to be chicken skin, but now it's crispy salmon skin. Nice and salty. And also the amount of fat that comes out of it, that renders out of it while we sear it, as you see, I put that back into the salad, you know, because there's nothing wrong with fish fat, you know. It's delicious. So you can see it's quite clean like that. You can make a quick stock out of it also, nice fish stock. So then boil that for 30 minutes, bring that to the boil. Just throw a few onions in there, and you've got a beautiful fish stock. And then you can make a beautiful fish risotto. As with fish stocks, you should only boil them for about 30 to 40 minutes, and then just get all the beautiful flavour out of it. Chop it up as well, and then strain it off, and then you have very, very delicate stock there, and you can freeze that also, so you're not wasting any of it. So I think we're going to make a fish stock after this. So I'll I think I'm going to make a beautiful salmon and saffron risotto tomorrow. So
am I invited to that as well? That sounds delicious.
I was going to wash my hands.
No worries. Very important at this time to wash your hands, especially with the slimy fish going on.
This one is the fridge, other side. So now I'm just going to we'll get the salmon going. Salmon cooking, the fish cooking. So what we have here is something I've pre-portioned earlier.
Yeah.
Beautiful like that. You know, about 180 grams, 150 grams is heaps, especially with kids and stuff at home. You know, 200 is a lot. So I always like to season it like that. Season the skin, let it sit. I don't need to add much oil to the pan. So I have two types of salt that I like to use in the kitchen.
Yeah.
A sea salt flake, so an Aussie sea salt flake, and then I use a bit more of a, I like to say cheap and nasty, because that's how people said it before, more of a cheap and nasty table salt.
Right.
So this is my pasta salt, this is my vegetables, so I like to boil all my vegetables in salted water. And this is for this salt. Obviously, A, it's more expensive, but also it's much more delicate and gives a nice little crunch to it as well when I cook. And I also know how much salt, how salty it is, if that's something to say. When I'm cooking, when I'm seasoning, I know how salty the salt is. As opposed to like over-season with the table salt, I tend to over-season a lot because it's so fine.
Right.
So bring it into a hot pan.
And so we did both sides there, salted both sides.
So salt on both sides.
We're on the food.
This side over. So using some olive oil, just a little bit in the pan. You can miss your neighbour come down. There you go. So I got my daughter Ava giving a bit.
Thanks, Ava. All right.
Now hold it down like that. Yeah, that's good. Now and actually when we cooked some off earlier, Ava was like, Dad, why do you hold the fish down in the fry pan?
I was about to ask the same thing.
And I'm like, don't like it to contract. You need to give it a bit of pressure to get it so it cooks out evenly. So you don't get. So otherwise the skin tends to shrink. If you don't have the skin on, you don't have the that problem.
Right. Okay.
So using this is also a great little investment. Is that we call it a fish slice, as you can see. Let's bring it that way. Right, that. So. And also give it a little crack of pepper on the flesh side, just because I love pepper.
Yeah, beautiful.
Can you see like that way? Just like that. Like that. There we go. Push it down still. As you notice, I haven't put much oil in there. Just just a bit of oil as a bit of a catalyst
Yeah.
to get the skin crispy.
Great.
So that's set on a medium to high heat. And you can tell that, and also the trick is to use a kind of non-stick pan like this.
Yeah.
Would be the best option. And then, sorry, move it up a bit. Okay. So there you go. Okay, so we're ready for my
Yes,
for my pantry
now
tour.
while we leave the salmon to cook, let's go into the pantry, what we've all been waiting for. Let's see what type of person we are. Are we messy? Yep. Are we organised?
We are slightly organised.
It does look a bit commercial going on in here.
So, yeah, it's a bit commercial here, as you can see. We've got, I've got all my commercial sized baking paper, foil, glad wrap, because, go through a fair bit of it.
Yeah.
All here from jasmine rice to 2 different types of sea salts. You look up there, sorry. Sea salts, marshmallows for the kids, cornflakes for the fire, for the indoor fire and outdoor fire at the moment.
Yeah.
And then I have, if you can see here, got my, different things: vanilla essence, oyster sauce, rice wine vinegar. A few vinegars here. This is my sherry vinegar, which I love. I love my little collection of vinegars: red wine vinegar, a balsamic vinegar, soy sauce, and they're pretty much my staples.
Got a vinegar library going on there.
Yeah, well, that's what I think. That's the perfect things for the minimum that you need. So that's, 2 types of oil, an extra virgin olive oil and a vegetable oil for frying, and then we have some savoys. Savoys are always a staple in our kitchen. Some maple syrup, some jams, honey, and me being lazy and the kids loving packet pancake mix as opposed to making it. Some other staples like condensed milk and stuff like that. And then there's an arsenal of equipment here. Jaff will make it get used a lot in our household. KitchenAid, popcorn machine, which has been made every day. And then go to more equipment here: coffee machine, a meat slicer, microwave, spice grinder, blender, juicer, milkshake maker.
There's something for everything.
Most of all, the most important part of the house is the wine fridge.
The wine.
So
yes,
I pretty much can be.
What would you say is your guiltiest pleasure in the pantry there?
My guiltiest pleasure in the pantry. Oh, well, I'm not a massive chocolate person.
Right.
So what I would do, I guess it would be my guiltiest pleasure would come from. The guiltiest pleasure in that pantry is the wine, but my guiltiest pleasure comes from eating lots of salami. I'm going to tell you, right? Just to show the fridge. Is pretty much salami and prosciutto. So here we go. This is pretty much all stacked up. We've got more salmon in here, obviously. Little wine, and all the containers are obviously stacked like a kitchen, like a commercial kitchen.
Yeah.
My guilty pleasure is cheese, bit of Dauphinoise cheese. I love the Dauphinoise cheese. So I think I'm more of a savoury person.
I completely get you there. I'm savoury all the way.
So
how's our salmon going?
The salmon is beautifully crispy here. You can see. Delicious, nice. Even a bit of caramelisation, as we call it in chef land.
Yeah.
In the restaurant land, caramelisation is when you burn it a bit. But that's actually not caramel. That's not burnt. It's caramelised. Beautiful. I'm gonna be able to eat that. I'm gonna tear that up in the salad. Now, just searing both sides, the sides as well. And you can also see how much oil has come out of the fish, the beautiful fat.
They're beautiful.
As you call it, the turtle, the belly part of it is where it's all coming from. So we'll leave this for another couple of minutes.
Sure.
On there. Another piece of equipment you need when you're doing your own fish is these little tweezers, little pin bone tweezers here.
Yeah.
So to take the little pin bones out of the
And where
So,
do you get your pin boners from? Because it's not something you find really easily.
Any hospitality company or any Asian equipment place sells nice, cheap, inexpensive ones. I mean, I think these were about probably $5 or not. So they're fantastic. So when you need to pin bone the fish, the salmon, the trick is to push push down on the flesh where there's a line of bones, and then you just grab it like that. They'll come to the top, and you just pull each one out.
Yeah.
So very simple like that.
Beautiful. Just like plucking hair for us girls.
Correct. Just plucking your eyebrows, which I'm sure a lot of women might be doing these days. Because everything. Can you still get a haircut? I don't think you can still get. Can you still get a haircut?
I think under 30 minutes you can get a haircut.
Okay.
Which I'm sure you'll be fine with that then.
Yeah. I started self grooming about a year ago. So it tends to be working for me.
There's plenty of us doing that. So just going to your restaurant, so Coda opened over 10 years ago. How much has changed in the restaurant? How much has things adapted, or has the style changed? Tell me about 10 years. That's quite a while to stick around for. You've done a great job.
Yeah, I think we've kind of, so to say, evolved, but I think what we've been doing at Coda for 10 odd years now, coming up to 11, is that we've stayed relevant with the food that we're cooking.
Yeah.
And also the feeling, the dining experience, should I say? I was going to say the vibe, but the dining experience. And it's the same that we had Tonka being my Indian-inspired restaurant, literally like 50 metres up the road from Coda, in Flinders Lane there in Melbourne, doing, great tandoori dishes and stuff like that, all shared dishes, because that's how I like to eat. I love to, I get bored very easily. I like to have little bits and pieces of everything. And it's a great way of sharing with people coming together for a meal. But it's going to be interesting once, this whole COVID-19, is over, or, when we see the light at the end of the tunnel, how the dining landscape will change then. And then I'll come back and tell you how we've evolved.
Please.
The way we've been able to evolve these days is we've started up a takeaway service, take-home meals. It's not necessarily takeaway because we're not doing any hot food. But from Monday to Friday, from 11 to 5 o'clock, you can either come and pick up pre-packaged meals like Tonka's famous butter chicken and lamb curry. We do Coda's duck curry. It's going to be a tandoori salmon. So it's going to be fantastic. It's a fantastic thing where you can take home meals, available in some grocers. But that's how we're doing reheating food or cooking food, as opposed to a lot of restaurants doing hot food for a period of time. And it seems to be working quite well at the moment, because I think people are missing coming to our restaurants. And
I love that.
I think this style of how we're doing pre-packaged food, that concealed in the bag, is going to be now part of the fabric of our businesses, because coming out of this, how long is it going to take people to have any faith in going out? So I think that's going to be a strong part of our business moving forward. And, just from a restaurant point of view, if we still have distance restrictions, there's going to be no point for a lot of restaurants or bars or nightclubs or any hospitality to open up, because you're not going to be able to make that same amount of turnover that's going to be viable keeping your business open.
Well, at least people can still support you, still get the take-home food, which I absolutely love that concept, rather than takeaway. It just gives you a little bit more ownership in consuming the food as well, not just taking it home and eating it straight away. You still get to put some love into it by heating it up. So that's fantastic. And I'm sure everyone will support you as much as they can going forward into everything.
Yeah,
Let's go back to the salmon. Sorry, we'll just see that I do not want to overcook this salmon. How do we serve this?
So the way I like to serve, so we'll go back to, I think this could be cooked pretty good. Well, I've got a couple that I prepared earlier, so as you can see here, I've got.
David, can you just move us to the right a little bit, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you,
That's
Ava.
perfect.
So we have our Soba Noodles here. Using my hands, excuse the hands, but you know, we're at home. We're all sharing in the family here.
That's it.
Spring onions. We've got the snow peas here, which I've cooked in salted water and refreshed. That's been put it in some ice water or running them under the tap, under cold water. And I cook them whole first because I don't want to get too much water into the snow peas. So I cook them whole, and then once I chill them out and drain them, I slice them into nice julienne, you could say. And I just cook them briefly. I still like a bit of crunch in my snow peas. Other vegetables I like cooked through, because you know, snow peas are one of those things where you can almost eat them raw. You can replace them with beans as a cheaper alternative because snow peas, I realise, are quite expensive at the moment, just in general. Or sugar snaps is also a fantastic thing. Or even broccolini. A bit of broccolini, blanched and chopped as well. So any beautiful green vegetable that you love. Brussels sprouts also, if you really love a Brussels sprout, is a fantastic option. So
you can never have too many greens.
Sorry?
You can never have too many greens on your plate.
No, not at all. Well, broccoli is one of the seems to be a favourite in our household. Now, I am a chilli fiend, and one thing in my fridge that I have all the time, I probably eat chilli three times a day, or pretty much with every meal. So some bird's eye chilli, even though this is Japanese and it's quite delicate, I'll tend to add chilli to everything pretty much. I even add chilli with my eggs in the morning. One little secret thing that I didn't mention is that if you love wasabi, you can do a quick little wasabi dressing or some wasabi to add on top of it. So there's if you obviously get fresh wasabi down in Tassie, but if you don't have fresh wasabi, you can just use some packet wasabi.
Yeah.
Add a bit of olive oil to it. Pretty much is what you're making a little dressing out of it. So you just mix the wasabi and the olive oil like that. Helps it spread through the salad. You even need a touch of dressing, I reckon. A touch of dressing helps it. The wasabi and dressing. So what you have here is a beautiful pungent dressing of wasabi over the top as well into the salad. A generous amount of the ponzu dressing, like that, and the ginger and the garlic out of that is dressing these noodles. Mix it through like that. Now this would be probably enough for me and my wife to share as two, because we can share it like that, because even at home I put everything down the middle of the table. Don't feel pressure to eat everything, because you know, as you got young kids, got 3 young children, they all have their different, they're quite fussy with what they eat. So then I've got this salmon I cooked earlier, which I've now rested for about half an hour, which is even better. So I'll cook the salmon first and let it rest, and see how you can see it's cooked perfectly to like medium rare, rested through, still at room temperature, delicious like that. Just I like to tear it up. You can see the natural flakes
Beautiful.
of the fish here. Cooked through perfectly. Well, not perfectly, so I cooked to my liking. Because you might like your salmon well done, or you might like it just
perfect for you.
Perfect for me. And tearing up the crispy skin
Beautiful.
on top, like a little garnish as well. And that's my favourite part. My daughter Ava was actually picking on one of the pieces before. But Dad said to her, "Don't stop picking on the salmon. I need it for the fish." So that's how she loved it. She loved the crispy skin as well. And then we just drizzle a bit more dressing over the actual fish. Because then you can also toss this. This just making it look a bit more presentable. Drizzle a bit more dressing over it. Can't have enough of this ponzu dressing. And then just a little shake of sesame seeds, more flavour and crunch. And there you have it. You have our soba noodle salad with snow peas, spring onion, ponzu dressing, and sesame, and a touch of wasabi.
Delicious.
It would be a heap of chilli on top of it also. So there you go. Beautiful lunch or dinner, or just in the afternoon. And the best is served room temperature. It's one of those salads that's this lusciously, luscious when you eat it with a warm noodle, and the warm salmon. So there you go.
So delicious. Thank you so much, Adam. I really wish that they had the technology now for me to just go in and just grab that and have it down here in Tasmania, but I'll just have to make it myself, won't I?
The next time you can travel to Melbourne, more than happy to make it for you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Now, we'll be putting the recipe on our website for anyone that wants to cook this beautiful soba noodle salad with salmon. Thank you so much, Adam, for joining us today and showing us around your home. It's been amazing. You're a joy to talk to. And everyone that's listening, tune in on Thursday. We've got another episode going. We have Adam Liston on, representing South Australia. And I'm sure he'll have an amazing recipe just like this to show us. Thank you so much, Adam. Have a good night.
Sorry, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.